For this plain glasses case, I'm using wash away stabiliser, my 5x7 hoop, painter or masking tape, my double curved scissors, my thread with matching bobbin. Then I've got my fabrics and batting cut to size. I haven't decided as yet if I'm going to actually use the batting because I'm using faux fur on both the front and back, and it might make it a little bit too bulky for my machine to cope with, so I'll decide on that in a little bit. I will of course show you where you have to place it. I've because of the thickness of the fur, I have pressed it so that the pile is lying flat for the minute, and then I will fluff it up once I've finished. I shall start by hooping my wash away stabiliser. I've loaded my thread and the matching bobbin into my machine, and I've also loaded up the file, and I'm now going to pop it into my machine and stitch around number 1, which is the outline. First piece of fabric we're going to add is the lining, and that's going to be my faux fur. So I'm going to turn my hoop over so the back's facing up. I'm going to place my fur pile side up, and I'm going to stick it in place. Next, I've decided to add the batting and see how it goes. If it causes me too many problems, I can always stop, remove it and start over again. So I'm going to lay the batting down, making sure that I cover this area here, and then I'm going to place my fabric on top of that, making sure again that the outline is covered, and I'm going to stick that down as well. I'll now pop that back in my machine and stitch round number 2. The next step is to trim away all the excess above this stitch line. So I'm going to remove the tape, and I'm going to do this both front and back. I'm going to start with the back so that it doesn't get forgotten. Okay, I'm now going to pop that back into my machine and stitch round number 3. That's going to do the decorative edge along here. Next, I'm going to add the back. So I'm going to turn my hoop over, and then I'm going to form my sandwich. So I'm going to start off with my faux fur, and this time I'm placing it face down so that when this area here is cut away, the fur will be shown. Then I'm going to add my batting on top of that, and then my fabric facing upwards, and I'm going to stick that down with some tape so that it doesn't move. as I said, for the front, if it plays me up, then I will just stop it and remove the batting. It's only because it's too thick, that's all. But hopefully it should be okay. I haven't used this fabric combination before, so it's sometimes hard to tell. Okay, I'm now going to pop that back into my machine and stitch round number 4, and that's going to attach the back to the front. The next step before stitching the final round of satin stitching is to remove the tape and to trim up all the excess batting and fabric. Okay, I'm going to trim that up off camera so that it's nice and close to the stitch line, and then I will pop it back in my machine and stitch round number 5, which will do the satin stitch all around the edge and the decorative stitch on top of that. Next, I'm going to remove the washaway stabiliser in this area. So I just get my quick unpick and I just lift it just enough so that I can get my scissors in there. And now I can remove it from the hoop. And now I've got some water and a cotton bud, and I'm going to run it around the edge where the washaway stabiliser shows. And there it is, my plain glasses case. I hope you enjoyed this stitch along. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be notified of new videos as they're published. And thank you very much for joining me.